this is our life in the UK. So today, as I've said, Hi, good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning po sa bahay ni Nanay and Tatay. We're just setting up for another live feeds. Today, we'll be cooking pansi noodle as promised yesterday. So, just bear with me. As you know, si Nanay hindi naman po talaga techie. So, just give us a minute while Tatay is sorting out all our technical equipments, and then we'll carry on with the cooking. Hi, good morning! Good morning po! Welcome sa bahay ni Nanay and Tatay. Welcome for another episode of our cooking session. And today we'll be cooking pansiu noodles. And as I've said yesterday, my recipe would be broccoli. But if you don't like the broccoli, that's fine. You could omit broccoli. Or you could have the pechay or kailan. So if you don't like the pechay, you could use the broccoli, or if you don't like the broccoli, you could use the pechay. So those are the only vegetables that goes with it. So if you want, you could put both together, no? So ilagay ko lang tayo, using ko lang ang ating ano. And then again, this is a pansit. Pero it's not the regular pansit that you use. So, ito po ang aking noodles na ginagamit. Yung noodles na matataba. I'm sure you know, if you're in the UK or even in the Philippines, you have seen this. But here in the UK, this is only available in the continental shops. But I've seen some big supermarket, local supermarket, that they sell this as well. So, eto po. So, don't be scared to use these noodles. Actually, they're quite nice and a bit different, especially when you serve it to your family. So it's not the common pancit that we cook, or if you got a party, this is something different that you could offer, no? Ayan, tingnan niyo po. There are some noodles like this, which is much wider, fatter, if I call it. And also, they come in, parang yung pansit natin in the Philippines, they can be fresh as well. So, if you go to a continental shop, they sell fresh of this kind of noodles. So again, these are dry and they come in a packet. I'm sorry I don't have the packaging anymore, because what I usually do, once I've already used it and some leftover, I put it in a seal bag and I throw away the packaging. So maybe next time I shouldn't throw away, no? Pero this is the noodles that we're going to use, and I'll show you how to cook it. And then another ingredients that we have is chicken. So I've already sliced my chicken. As you can see, it's just a small portion. Small portion lang po ang kailangan natin today, because it's just the three of us. And also, we still got some leftover from last night na kinuk ni tatay. So, I don't need a lot. But, I want to cook something special today, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So, also, I'll be using, as I've said, yung ating pak choy. We call it pak choy here in the UK, but we call it pechay in the Philippines. And then I got some broccoli. As I've said, you could either use pak choy if you don't like the broccoli, or broccoli if you don't want the pak choy. And if you don't want the vegetable, take it all off. That's fine. Then I'll be using some garlic and then onion. So the onion is just a half, kasi as I've said, you know, I can't give you the exact measurement because it's according to how you cook it. As I've said today, I'll be cooking just a small portion, so I've only used half. Maybe 1/4 of the 1/4 kg of that dry noodles. So I'm just using half of the onion, and then two cloves of the garlic, no? And then I'll be using egg. I've used 3 eggs in here, which I've already cracked open. If you like eggs, put more eggs. I like eggs, so that's why I think I've already mentioned it in my previous videos. I like eating eggs, so I've used three. Usually it will be just one for the 1/4 kg. So again, it depends on how you want your pansiu noodles to to look like or to taste like. I'll be using ground black pepper, dark soy sauce, light soy sauce. So these condiments, these are readily available. Here in the UK, it is readily available in big supermarkets. But those who maybe live somewhere where there's no food of the world in their big supermarket, you could buy it in the continental shop. I think in the Philippines, it's readily available sa mga supermarket ninyo dyan, no? But if you don't have the dark soy sauce, maybe you could use soya sauce as a replacement. Pero I haven't tried soya sauce. I always use dark soy sauce and light soy sauce together. And then add a little bit of sugar. And then I'll be using two pots. One is for sauteing and cooking my ingredients, and I need another pot where I need to boil water, and I'll show you how to do it. I'm just going to flex no why you're still going to cook where in fact you just said na you still got some leftover from yesterday. First, because I want to show you this ingredient, this recipe na very easy to do, and because before when I met these noodles, these fat noodles, I feel scared on how to cook it, but also I'm also interested on how you cook it. So, nag-research si Lola. So, nakita ko na, oh, actually, it's very easy. So, I'm just sharing it to you so that you would know how to cook it as well. And you won't get scared when you see it in the supermarket. And also, you have other options to offer when with your family or if you have a party. And you know, it will be, it's achievable and you could use it. Another thing is I want to flex with you. Today here in the UK is the first year anniversary or the first day of our lockdown since last year. So it was declared lockdown on the 22nd of March last year, and which falls on my birthday week. And I have to say, I am a survivor of COVID. At that time, on the 22nd of March, I'm already having a temperature, and so at that time when you're having temperature, you were told not to come to work. So I've rang work and I said, I'm having temperature. Although you're not sure whether it's COVID, but at that time I felt I'm having flu. Trangkaso sa Pilipinas, no? What I felt at that time. Hi, Rizal, good morning. Hi, good morning, ma. So my mother's watching today. So at that time, what I felt was I'm having night before the lockdown. I already felt some body ache, and I felt some bone ache, especially on my around my fingers. And I was thinking, oh, maybe I'm just getting fatter. That's why my ring wouldn't come out of my finger. Usually, my wedding ring would just easily come off on my finger, but at that night, it's just really achy. All my bones are really achy, and my wedding ring won't come off. All my rings won't come off, and I felt, oh, maybe I'm getting fatter. But at that time, I'm thinking, why do I have a body ache? But I just disregard it, because you're thinking, oh, you're getting old. It's part of the aging process, and then later that night, I was rigoring. I could feel it in my spine na talagang, alam mo yun, yung when you shiver na you could feel it in your spine, and I said, oh, maybe I'm just tired. Because days before, hi Ryan, so day before, or 3 days before, or 2 days before, few days before I had that sensation, that feeling, my husband had a temperature. So at that time, we felt he's the one who had the COVID. So I was thinking, and I was looking after him. We were already isolating. And at that time, I said, oh, maybe, I'm just tired looking after my husband, making sure that the house is clean, disinfected, and cooking a separate meal for him and separate meal for us, and, all those things. And washing all the laundry every day to make sure na hindi mag-spreads the whole family. So, I went to bed that night. I am shivering. I've got body ache, and I could feel it in my bone, as I've said. the following day, that night, I was already feverish. I'm having high temperature. But then again, you don't think it's COVID. And the following day, the temperature won't go down. Even with the paracetamol 24/7, because you're only advised to take paracetamol. And 24/7, 24 round the clock medication of paracetamol, um, my temperature won't go down. And same with tatay. So it's really difficult because it's two of us having that fever, and then we have our daughter in the house. Although we have 3 rooms in the house, we were thinking how we're going to protect our daughter na hindi niya makuha yung whatever virus we have. And at that time, you're not sure whether it's really a virus, but because it's the in thing at that time, you're thinking, oh God, all those worries. Then come on my third day, a lot of people came, a lot of people wish as well. A lot of people came to the house to give us some groceries, something to cheer us up, and we are grateful for it. And hence the reason I'm going to do this pancit or pansiu noodles, because in our country, when you are celebrating something, we cook pancit for long life. And hence the reason I want to cook this especially for today, just to be grateful that we're still here. And also, I think after, on my fourth day, fifth day, I could feel that there is difficulty in breathing. And even just climbing up the stairs, talagang nahihirapan na akong huminga. Pero I thought to myself, no, I'm not going to go to A&E. There's a lot of people who needs it most. I'm not dying yet. In my head, I'm thinking, if I just conserve my energy and stay in bed all day and not do anything, hopefully I'll get better, and then I could conserve my oxygen, and I don't have to go to A&E. And also, I'm also scared to go to A&E, because I'm thinking, what if I don't have COVID? What if I only have flu and I go to A&E, and there will be a lot of people who might have the virus, and because I'm already feeling unwell, I might have the virus. I could get the virus easily. So I stayed home. I choose to stay home and stayed in bed for 3 days straight. I just stayed in bed and feeling breathless. At that time, Tatay, my husband, Richard, he's getting better. So we changed position now. He's the one looking after me, and he's quite good actually. He had to prepare my meal and make sure that I drink water all the time, because talagang yung temperature ko it won't go down to 38. It's always 39, 38.5. The lowest that it can go would be 37.8, 37.9, and that's about it. It will just go back as soon as. So, hindi talaga natatouch ng paracetamol. So, I have to go shower 3 times a day para lang mag-subside ang temperature. So, and then I think after 2 weeks, or on nearly half of my 2 weeks, I'm getting better, but you still have the weakness, body malay, and you still have the headache. And especially me, I do suffer with vertigo, and it just triggers it more. So then I went back to work, because at that time it's only 2 weeks, and I'm not a person naman na laging nag-off sick. So I only go sick kung talagang sick ako. And at that time I felt okay, 2 weeks now, maybe I'm better. So I went back to work. Although when I went back to work, my workmate, my manager, they're very supportive. But even so, when I went to work, I still struggle to breathe, especially when you have to wear the mask and the visors, and you have to run around. Of course, when you're at work, you're at work. There's no excuse while you have to work lame, no? So, talagang you have to work. Pero they're very supportive. Pero I did say to my spirit, talagang I really struggled with my breathing at that time. Pero anyway, it does improve. Also, before this COVID happens to my life, before I had COVID, I do run um, every other day, or even twice a week. I do run. I might not be the fast runner, but I do run. But because of COVID, it does really put me off in running, because although I get better after 2 weeks, then I start trying to walk after 3 weeks. I could feel na talagang nagkakaroon ako ng sharp pain when I exert breathing. Talagang sharp pain through my throat up to my chest. So from then on, I stopped doing any exercises. Hence, nagkaroon tayo ng gain weight. Pero that shouldn't be the excuse. Pero yun po yung day, yung aking experience with the COVID. And today, uh, here in the UK, we are remembering the day that we've locked down for COVID, and that is my experience. On the first day of lockdown, that's when I had my COVID, and I could say, I am proud to say, I am a survivor. I might not be worse off as other people, and I might be lucky to be alive, having this vlog in front of you, but also realizing that I was thinking, my goodness, that is the start of our COVID fight here in the UK. And if I wasn't healthy enough to fight it, I couldn't have make it, because at that time we still don't know what to do. So I'm just grateful that I'm in front of you and sharing my experience. So let's go. Let's do the cooking, and I'm going to share with you my pad see ew noodles. And this is something different and something that you could offer to your family and if you have party. And also, it's my way of celebrating for long life. That's what we usually do in the Philippines. We do cook pancit for long life. So this is something different. So it's still low for long life. So come on, let's start. So again, I'll be using two pots. One for my sauteing and one for boiling, and I'll show you why. And then all the ingredients I've already said. So let's start. So pasensya na po kayo, I'm not very techy, so I'm going to move the camera. Tatay already left me. So I'll just call him again later once tapos na ako. So bear with me, papakita ko po sa inyo. I'll try my best na pakita sa inyo yung kinukook ko, so you could use it as well for your family. So move ko lang po yung camera, ha. Pasensya na, hindi ko muna kayo mababasa. And then, babalikan ko kayo mamaya para makita nyo. Babalikan ko kung meron kayong mga questions. Ayan. So, I hope nakikita nyo na yung ating pan. So, i-turn on lang natin ang ating hob para mag-start na tayo, no? So, again, we're on a hot pan. Good morning po sa mga nanonood today. Good morning po sa UK. It's only what time is it now? 10 to 10 in the morning. So good morning. So I have two pans here, as I've said. So this big pan will be for my sauteing, and this small pan I will use it to boil some water. So magbo-boil po tayo ng water. Just get some water para makaboil tayo. Kasi with the noodles, we have to, well, I'm not going to boil the noodles, but I would soak it in hot water. Ayan. So, while I'm heating the pan, I'll just get some more water. So I hope you could see what I'm cooking now. Hello Glenn, good morning Mars. Glenda is from Exeter. Good morning Mars, I'm cooking again today. I'm cooking a pad see ew noodles, or when I serve it last Christmas, they think it's a hor fun. So I'm sure you know how to cook this, Glenn. So while I'm doing that, simmering this water, I'll start with my sauteing. So, a little bit of oil. Then we'll saute I'll start with the onion. Because the onion has got a lot of water compared to garlic. And if you're after the taste, I'm sorry, this is just my technique. I don't know how you do it. But for me, when I'm sauteing, I usually start with the onion. Because I feel the onion has got a lot of, hi Jay, good morning. Has got a lot of water in it. So it won't easily get burned when you put it in a warm pan. And also, if you think about it, you're after the taste of the garlic and the onion and the smell. So, kapag ka nilagay niyo yung garlic first, minsan nababurn siya. So, then goes the garlic. I don't know if you could see it. So, then goes the garlic. So, you don't have to brown the garlic. It's nice when it's still white, no? And then goes in the chicken. So as you can see, a small portion of chicken. I've used the breast part, but with the pad see ew noodles, you know the chicken legs? If you try to scrape the meat of the chicken legs, that is better for pad see ew noodles because it's really tasty, that part, no? But today I'm using the chicken breast. So any part of the chicken really, no? So we'll just saute that. I'm just waiting for this water to warm up. So I'm sure you have your own experience with the COVID. Might be a family member has been affected, or you personally has been affected by COVID. And we just have to be grateful that we're still here, because at that time, really, as I've said, when we had it, I don't know whether the medical professionals, they're still trying to work out which medication to use, what is best for these people when they had COVID. So I was really scared at that time. But I'm really grateful today that I'm still here. And you might be asking, no, Jane, you have a doubt whether it's COVID or just the flu. And how did you know that you had the COVID? Because after, when I went back to work, pa-shout out. Hello, Lawrence. Shout out daw for Airal Abano. So, after we gave back, when we came back to work, so that is March time, April, May, around June time, our employer across UK, those who are working in the NHS, we were all tested. I don't know if it's the same in other town, but here in the Midlands, we were all tested for blood serum. So, yung blood namin, tinest for all the employee na gustong malaman. So, nagpa-test po ako. They took some blood sample from me, and then it would show whether your body had encountered COVID virus, which for me came positive. And funny enough, with tatay, although he had the symptoms first, and we had the same symptoms, he didn't have any positive result with COVID. Either, he didn't create enough immunity, or I don't know. I don't know why it came out negative. But to be fair, he did say my symptoms was far worse than what he had. So, well, it's not actually, it's not a competition which had the worst symptoms, but I'm just sharing to you our experience. So there you are. I'm just sauteing the noodle. I mean the chicken. With the chicken, it's got a lot of water in it. So you just leave it for a while. Yeah. Sometimes, I cover it so that the water will come out. Now I'm boiling my water. So it started to simmer. So today is my celebration of life that I am here in front of you. And also, this is a celebration for those people who wish us well, especially those people who really above and beyond by coming to the house, sending us, sending us meals, sending us some grocery, shout out sa aking kumparing si Lawrence, he was really good when we're running out of paracetamol and some food here in the house, no. He's the first person na minessage ng husband ko to collect us some groceries and other people as well. I have to shout out to Rose, my colleague, Emerald, my friend and colleague as well, same with Rose. Margie, Mary Lou and Jonathan, those people that you don't expect na, well, I do expect kasi they're my friends, but you don't expect that they would go above and beyond. And you could really feel the love that there is love there na to support you, and they could feel your suffering. So I hope, there will be a lot of people who will be like that, especially in this kind of pandemic. Like in the Philippines, I think you're starting to have your third wave, your GCQ. So just be careful, guys. And, you just have to be compassionate to one another. So I think, my nakakaiyak naman yan. It's true, Lawrence, isn't it? If you're on that situation, it's really difficult talaga na you feel helpless because you're stuck in the house. And sometimes, you feel bad asking people because, like here in the UK, I'm sure it's the same in other country, when you have that virus and you can't get out of the house. I know we are on lockdown. We're already feeling helpless because you just have to stay indoor because you're on lockdown. But I think it is worse when you have someone poorly in the house. You feel more vulnerable aside from the illness. You feel more vulnerable because you can't do anything. You know, even ordering online, you feel you feel tired. All you want to do is just sleep. So, with my pancit, I won't be using all of it as I've said. With my pancit noodles, with my fat noodles, won't be using all of it. Kasi it's just the three of us naman. And tomorrow I'll be doing a little bit more of cooking. But that's a different story tomorrow. But today, just to celebrate my day of being alive, I'll be using this one. So, yan, nagsisimmer na yung ating water here. So, what we're going to do, we'll just put it there. Yan, isimmer lang natin siya. Teka muna, I think I'll be using a strainer para ma-catch ko siya mamaya kasi it will be difficult to catch it. Yan, patayin siya ng kabisan. So, yan. Ilalagay ko na lang siya dito para hindi mahirap i-catch later. Kasi I have to take it out again. So, lagay ko muna ang aking, so i-boil ko muna, not boil, yeah, blanch lang natin ang aking broccoli. Blanch lang natin siya. Para when we cook it sa kasama with the pancit, it's not going to overcook. So we'll just blanch it. Yan. So we're still cooking this chicken. So I put it in low heat yung chicken, no, para magsabay sila. If you want, after cooking this one, you could add some peanut if you want to. I haven't tried seafoods on this one. So maybe you could try seafoods, but as I've said, I haven't tried the seafood. So, labas natin uli yan na, blanch na siya. I'm happy with that one. Yan. Kamusta naman po kayo today? Hi daw, sabi Rosel, katabi ko, pwede private lesson daw. Well, you can do it now. Yan. Just keep on watching my YouTube channel. So, I think, if you're scared of cooking pancit, the regular pancit, I know there are people who are scared of cooking a regular pancit. Because not everybody can cook. Or if they cook, there's always something na where, we're not brave enough to cook. I myself, I do cook, but there are some food na I'm not brave enough to cook as well. So, it would be nice when you have people na will teach you. So, this one, this can be an alternative, no? So, yan. So, na yung aking broccoli. So, tatanggalin ko na siya. And, I'm just going to, put cold water in it para mag-stop ang kanyang cooking process. Kasi I want to keep the color of this broccoli. So, we'll put cold water. So, dito po sa UK, hindi ko na kailangan magbukas ng fridge kasi yung aming pong top is hot and cold. So, pwede ko na po siyang lagyan ng cold water immediately. Yan. So, yan. May cold water na siya dyan. So, that would stop the cooking process. Now, pwede ko na pong itapon lahat ito dito. So, if you can see, I think this is just a 1/4 of a kg or maybe 1/8. It's not a lot really. Konti lang ito. Yan. So, palambutin ko lang siya doon. And then, same thing, we will, after soaking it in hot water, you could just put it in cold water after. So, this one, as I've said earlier, yung pong mga sobra ko, na I don't have to use, nilalagay ko lang siya sa aking resealable bag to keep it fresh. Yan. Or, yung mga container. Kaya lang, I don't keep container for this one kasi hindi naman siya all the time available sa aking pantry. So, those items that I need regularly in my pantry. Meron po siyang container. Everything should have a house. Yung aking mga items. So, ilagay ko na rin siya dyan. Yan. Lagay lang natin siya. Hintay lang natin siyang mag-soak a little bit para lumambot siya. Para mamaya pag niluto. Ay, I'm sorry. Meron pang naligaw na broccoli. Ayan. If meron pa pong iba, no, there are some other noodles like this, much fatter, much wider, or sometimes you could find yung you can find the fresh one. If it's a fresh one, you don't have to soak it in hot water, no, just soak it in cold water. So, let's just simmer it for a while. So now, I'll add from this chicken, I would add as I've said, I use pak choy. So I'll just add the hard bit of the pak choy. While doing so, I'll add the egg. So this is 3 eggs. It's up to you kung how much egg you want, but I like it with a lot of egg. So there you are. So don't touch it yet. Leave it to form. Because, you know, if you touch it now while it's still liquidy, you won't see the egg later on. So leave it to form until when you feel that it's already halfway cooked, then you have to saute it so that you can see the egg when you're eating it. We're still waiting for this pansin natin. So, ibabalik na natin siya sa ating pantry, sa ating cupboard. Doon na siya. Titira na siya doon. Ating So guys, I'm cooking it in low heat kasi I'm waiting for my noodles. I could have done it earlier, but I want to show you how to do it. That's why I'm having 2 pans in front of me. So yan. So as you can see, mas malalaki na ngayon yung cut nung egg. So let it cook for a while, halfway, before you touch it. Kasi once you put it in and then you saute it immediately, ang tendency niya, nagka-crumple siya into small portions. So hindi niyo na siya makikita. You won't enjoy seeing it when you are cooking it. So let's see. Let's check this one. Okay, so I think this one is already done. So lagyan na natin siya. So i-drain ko lang po itong ating noodles, yeah? Stay with me. I-drain lang po natin siya. Tingnan natin ayun. Drain lang po natin siya. So again, after draining it from that hot water, make sure you run it in cold water. So it will stop its cooking process. So actually, this process, you could do it before starting sauteing your chicken. But because I want to show you how I do it, that's why I'm doing it same time as I'm sauteing. Because as I've said, not everybody will be confident to use this kind of noodle. Well, I am at first. I really don't feel like cooking this kind of noodles because I'm not familiar with it. But as I've said, you know, you have to learn something every time. So there you are. So We put it in hot water. And then, after simmering, we didn't really boil it. After simmering, you take it out and then run it with cold water. So, that's what I did with that one. So, now, I could put this, the temperature on high on this one now. So, ayan na yung ating. So, okay lang po yun. Kung nakikita ninyo, merong brown-brown sa aking egg, that's okay. As long as it's not burned, okay lang po siya. So, now, luto na rin yung ating, if you could see, the end bit of the pak choy is not overly cooked, so that's okay. So, we will add a little bit of pepper. So, if you like white pepper, ground pepper po, if you want white ground pepper, that's fine. If you want, I'm using a black one. And then, the light soy sauce and dark soy sauce. So, you will be asking, no, Jane, why you didn't measure it? Kasi I want to show you na I'm really using the ingredients and I'm not just telling you na, oh, you're using that one, but you're not really, you're just telling me that you're using that, but you're not really using it. Yes, I do use it po. So, yan. So, we'll do a dark soy sauce. Ayan. A little bit of light. So, same, pareho po silang soy sauce. So, 1:2. So, 1 for dark and 2 for, 2 for the light soy sauce. And then, we'll just add the noodles. So, luto na po yung noodles natin actually. So, i-ano nyo lang siya. Ayan. And then, let's add the broccoli. Luto na rin yung broccoli natin. So, hindi nyo na siya kailangang iluto ng matagal. And we could add our pak choy leaves. Yan. Kasi yung pak choy leaves natin is very easy to cook na, no? Yan. So, hintayin lang natin siya maluto. And also, I said, I'll be using a little bit of sugar. Kasi, it's both soy sauce na yung ginamit natin, no? So, sobrang maaaring maalat na siya. So, lagyan lang natin siya ng konting a little bit of sugar. Alam niyo naman tayong Pilipino, no? We like it sweet and salty, or we like it sweet and soury. Just a teaspoon of sugar. I'm using brown sugar. If you want to use white, that's fine. As long as it's sugar. Or kung gusto naman ninyo, you mix your dark soy sauce, light soy sauce, and add honey before you pour it in the pan. Okay lang din po yun. Kung saan po tayo masaya. Alam nyo naman, dapat dun tayo kung saan tayo masaya. With this one, it is suggested that you could eat it with, once you serve it, once you plate it, you could serve it with vinegar, white vinegar, with chili. And then, once you serve it, you put the chili on top. Pero, hindi naman po ako, I don't really eat spicy food naman. Pero, if you're into spicy food, ganun po nila kinakain ito. So, instead of yung pansit natin na we use lemon, with this one, you'd use the vinegar, the white vinegar with the chili on it. And then, you sprinkle it on your pansiu noodles. Ayan. So, ayan. Ito po luto na po ito. Ayan. lang po ah. So, as I've said earlier, kung gusto niyo po, pwede niyo siyang lagyan to make it a little bit special. Lagyan niyo po siya ng ground peanut. Para medyo masarap-sarap ang inyong kain. Parang horfun. Pero hindi po siya horfun. Pad see ew noodles po siya. So, try natin, no? Try natin. Kung masarap na siya, kung according to my liking na. So, matigas pa po yung noodles niya, which is nice. Hindi siya soggy. But I'll add a little bit more of sugar. Kasi hindi ko ma-feel yung sweetness niya. Ayan, another teaspoon po. And another. So, 3 po ang nilagay ko. Napadami po siguro ang aking dark soy sauce. Pero isang dark soy sauce lang. Ayan. So, init lang natin siya. Ayan. So, as you can see, dahil we drop these vegetables in simmering water and then stop the cooking process by dropping it in cold water. As you can see, still looking green, no, yung ating vegetables. Hindi siya mukhang na-buttered na na overcooked na veg. And then we'll try it again. Let's see. Yeah. So, that's the taste that I like. So, luto na po itong ating pad see ew noodles. This is already ready to serve. Ayan. And, meron po siyang a little bit of, hindi po siya dry na dry because as you can see, there's a little bit of liquid underneath. Pero that's fine. So, ito-turn off na po natin yung fan. Yung ating oven, hindi pala ang ating hob. And then, isi-serve na po natin siya so you could see. So again, if you don't like the vegetables, that's fine. You could have it without the vegetable, but it's nice when you have the vegetables, no? If you don't like the pak choy, use kailan, another form of I think pak choy. And then you could use, if you don't like the broccoli, just use the pak choy. If you don't like the pak choy, just use the broccoli. So, yan. As I've said, you could serve it with chili dipped, soaked in white vinegar, and that's how they eat it. Or you could so let's just take this out of it. Or you could use lemon as what we do in our pancit. So Pakita ko na po sa inyo, guys. Alam nyo naman, di tayo techie. Sabi ko nga sa inyo. Patasok na natin yung camera natin para makita nyo ako. Hi, Sabi. I'm sorry. Ngayon ko lang kayo uli nakita kasi I was busy cooking. So, hindi ko na nakita yung mga pangalan ninyo. Yan. So, we have ang aking nanay. Nanonood pa rin. Salamat. Hello, Tita Liz. Who else do we have? Hello, Allen. Ramir. And we have Manang Betty. Salve. Hello, Salve. And so this is our pansiu noodles. So as you can see, it's not difficult to do, no? As I've said, you could prepare the vegetables beforehand. You could already simmer it in hot water, blanch it with hot water, and then to stop the cooking process, make sure you dip it in a cold water so it does stay green. Same with the noodles, you blanch it with hot water, and then after that, take it out from the hot water and then blanch it with cold water to stop the cooking process. So you could prepare that ahead of time. Hello, Roxanne. So you could prepare that ahead of time, and then you just carry on with the sautéing. When the blanching and the preparation of the noodles is done ahead of time, I think it's only 10 minutes to really do the meal as on its own. So I hope you enjoy this pansiu noodles. Try po ninyo. Ayan. And it's something different to offer to your family. So, again, this is a good replacement to your pancit, no? If you're scared of cooking pancit, you could use this one. Or if you want something different to offer to your family, or if you have a party, so nakakawaw din siya. Wow, different pala yung pancit niya, no? So, also you could use a fresh one. You can buy it in a continental shop. The fresh one is just wider and it's already soaked in you could just put it in the pan actually, but make sure before you use it, you soak it in cold water para they would separate, hindi siya nakadikit. Kasi when you buy it, they come compacted. So soak it in cold water so they would loosen up a bit. And then you just put it in your pan when you're cooking. And so try this one. If you want it a little bit special, just put some ground peanut around it. And then you could eat it with, as I've said, it's suggested to have it with white vinegar and some chilies on it. Or you could use our lemon. That will be okay. Lemon will be okay. It's the same thing. So I hope you like this video. I hope you will enjoy cooking this recipe. Hindi po siya mahirap gawin. Napakadali po. Ayan. And we'll see you again next time. So I hope you enjoy this. If you enjoy this video, please do like and subscribe. Go to our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel, Ricard and Jane Life in the UK. It's all about our life here in the UK, how we do things. So today I have shared to you our COVID experience, and today is a celebration of my life because I have a second life today. No, because I was just thinking, what if that could happen during that time when we first do our lockdown, and I'm just bang on that day, that when we did the lockdown, bang on that day that I had the COVID. And I know I am young still, and I'm not aware of any medical conditions, but you never know. Some people doesn't have any medical condition, but they still fail to survive COVID. So those who have encountered COVID, some of you might not be lucky enough. You might have experienced family member went through that. So today, although we're still in the process of experiencing COVID, but at least today we know what we're fighting for, and we have the vaccine. So if you haven't had your vaccination, please do have your vaccination. It's important. Some people are still unsure whether they're going to have the vaccine because of the consequences and everything. But to tell you guys honestly, I'm not a biochemist, or I don't work in a laboratory. But with the flu, it's all, the coronavirus is like same strain. It's not same strain, but they are the same group. So they've been studying this. Professionals have been studying this for longest time. So that's why they easily says that it is, they actually identified it as coronavirus. Although because it's a different strain, so they need a different way of dealing with it. So if you had a chance, go out and have vaccinated. It's for your own good actually. So have a good day, everyone. I'll see you again next time. Our next video will be a vlog by Tatay, but it won't be a live one. Ang tatay ko, I know, for those who know Tatay, he's very chatty. He's people person po si Tatay, pero only to find out he's very shy on camera. So meron po tayong vlog na ginawa ni Tatay. It's dinuguan, how he cook dinuguan. Some of our friends are asking him to do the vlog for dinuguan. So, he's going to show it, maybe tomorrow we're going to upload it para everyday meron kayong napapanood sa aming video. So, again, if you haven't subscribed on our channel, we have a YouTube channel, Ricardo and Jane Life in the UK. We have a Facebook account, Nanay and Tatay. So, please like, share it with your friends, and subscribe as well. And if you see any advertisement, just let it play. It would mean a lot to us if you let it play for a few minutes and then just carry on watching. So, thank you again, guys. Bye! So, eto na naman po tayo, no? Kung paano ko na naman papatayin to. Thank you! Naku, ito na naman po tayo. Hindi ko na naman po alam kung paano to papatayin. So, So, tatawagin na naman po natin si Tatay. Kasi hindi po talaga ako marunong. Dapat ko po itong aralin. Ito yung susunod kong tuturo sa inyo kung paano po magpatay ng vlog. I don't know how to turn it off. Lagi na lang nakakahiya. Ay, ako marunong.
Just close it.
No, you can't.